back. Yay!
Finally, I'm still alive.
Yes.
I'm not dead.
I feel fine.
Yeah, my son had a sinus infection.
Oh shit.
So it just tore through my body. And
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. And not only did that happen, it happened when I was in the middle of moving into the house.
Oh god.
And then when I got into the house still had allergens in it.
Of course.
And I had to live in it for a month where I couldn't fucking breathe.
I'm so
and
sorry.
I was sick. And then I had to go back to work.
Oh my god.
And then Christmas and New Year's. And then it wasn't until like around my birthday where I finally started to feel like, okay.
Well, of all times to feel better, I mean, your birthday seems appropriate.
Right.
Either way, this is what happens every time I do one of these vlog series on one of these Marvel TV shows, where no matter what it is, I will say to myself the same thing: I will get this done as fast as possible. I'll get it done timely, so I don't have to worry about it. And then every single time I put it off until like right before the next series or next season comes out of the next Marvel TV show, and I gotta quickly catch up on and watch all the rest of them really quickly. It happened with Daredevil Season 2, it happened with Jessica Jones, it happened with Daredevil Season 1.
See, and this kind of shit is exactly why I have a backlog of like 30 video games that I haven't finished yet.
Yeah.
Because I say the exact same thing, and then everything happens to me at once.
Yeah, that sounds about the last couple months.
I'll work for 3 to 6 months straight and not do anything else. I won't even watch movies in the theater or anything, and then I'll have this backlog of shit that I didn't do.
Every morning I wake up and go, this is the day I'm going to call in sick. This is the day I'm going to call in sick. I just can't I need a fucking break. But anyway, so Luke Cage, we're on the last 2 episodes, thank God. Not that I'm not enjoying this show, but I'm looking forward to this off my plate.
I agree.
And so this is the...
So, Soliloquy of Chaos?
Soliloquy of Chaos, which that's a great title.
It is.
Is it a good song?
You know what? I don't recall the song.
Fair enough.
I don't recall it.
So this one is...
I do know that that's where it's from, but I don't recall it right now.
So this is mostly set up for the finale.
Yeah, this is just where all the plot lines... you get the payoffs from basically every plot line that's been set up through the entire series to tie it in a nice little bow so they can give you a finale. Yeah,
essentially. It's a penultimate episode. You kind of expect that with that. I wouldn't say this is as strong as some of like the other penultimate episodes I've seen from the other Marvel shows. Then again, Jessica Jones is still kind of like the pedestal to which I judge all of these shows right now. Cause that's still my favorite of the 3 different shows we've had so far.
I agree. Even though I told you that I like the series all the way through, I think it's excellent. Yeah. I do agree with this in this regard. The reason why this is so anticlimactic is because the sequences that take place in this particular episode we've seen throughout the series.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like the stakes got raised at all. Like the big gunfight, we've seen that shit already.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of times.
Yeah.
You know, so that's kind of why, you know, the rooftop execution, that's been done before. You know, so they're redoing them in different ways and shapes and forms. But I think that's what it is.
Because like, if you compare this like Jessica Jones, for example, that one had a great way of just amplifying how dark and how violent the show got.
Oh yeah, and it's super fucked up and twisted. Like, just when you think like you know everything there is to know in Jessica Jones, it gets more fucked up.
Yeah, and this show doesn't quite have that. And again, it's not that it's bad. I mean, it's a copy of Jessica Jones or anything like that. But to me, it wasn't as interesting.
Right, and I think that also. The reasoning for this episode being the way it is because we still have not yes, we're finishing plot lines, but the payoff for this character really is how they're going to beat these insurmountable odds. So you can't really have a climax or resolution until you see how it happens. Like, you know, you can't give us another gunfight and pass it off as, oh, we're raising tension.
And to be fair,
you know what I mean?
And to be fair to Jessica Jones too, Jessica Jones did repeat stuff in terms of how it happened too. But again, that served an overall purpose because, like in that show, that was like by the time it gets to the finale, where spoiler, she kills Purple Man. At that point, they exhausted all their other options, so there's really like no other way to resolve this.
Well, yeah, and also she was put in the most compromising situation of the entire series.
Mm-hmm.
He had control of all of those people at once.
Yeah,
and it's like, well, fuck.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And that comes down to another point. You and I were talking about this while we were watching the episode. Is the fact of the villain in this case, and again, I don't think Diamondback is a bad villain per se.
He's not. And all this mechanism gets used a lot in Marvel Comics over the years.
Yeah.
You have the guy show up who you think is the villain, but it turns out that person is just to explain the main character further, and the real villain is someone else.
Yeah.
You know,
Doctor Strange kind of did this with Baron Mordo.
Exactly.
Which we'll see in assuming what's Doctor Strange soon.
In the next one, yeah. Mordo is the actual villain, and he spends the entire first part of the storyline being his friend.
And then you had Matt Mikkelsen, who's just there as filler. And granted, it's a good filler because it's Matt Mikkelsen.
Well, yeah,
but
he's there to die for exposition for Mordo.
Yes, pretty much.
Right. And Marvel does that all the time.
Yeah, that's something that really bugs me with the movies. This is something the show has done a lot better though, which is why the issue with Diamondback is more noticeable and I don't want to say frustrating, but a bit more disappointing. I think
it is. It's as a watcher when you're watching through, expecting certain things to happen and they don't. It is a bit of a letdown. Mm-hmm. I'd say the finale finishes strong, which I won't give away because we're gonna do that video. But I'd say it finishes up where this maybe. I think the last episode should have been a two-parter. Mm-hmm. Like it should have been cut in half, and then that part should have been Soliloquy of Chaos, and then the ending should have been the ending.
I guess you can still technically consider that if you want to.
You could, but then it would. But then if you did that in two parts, Soliloquy of Chaos, the actual episode doesn't even need to exist.
Yeah. And again, if I'm also being fair to Jessica Jones, as much as I dislike Misty Knight's character in this series, she's got nothing on the neighbor from Jessica Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Because as much as I dislike Misty Knight, that character Jessica Jones is like, oh God, I hate you, I hate you.
Misty, you're gonna hate her. If they follow the storyline to its fruition, you're gonna hate her for a while.
Again, but it's nothing on the upstairs neighbor from Jessica Jones, that screeching harpy.
I know what you're talking about.
Because that one, I could not stand that character. Every time she was on screen, it's like, stop wasting this. You're not gonna get me to like her. Stop wasting my fucking time on this unlikable.
Are you referring to the neighbor inside the apartment complex, or the one next door to the house where she used to live?
The neighbor in the house I can tolerate because she's only in two scenes and she serves an obvious purpose.
Right. No, you're talking about the one where her brother got killed.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
That obnoxious.
I completely agree.
Because that one just filled me with hate for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, she's just a fucking instigator. And Misty Knight, she's gonna do that for a while, But Misty ends up becoming one of Luke Cage's most prominent allies.
Yeah.
And she becomes very important to the storyline and how Luke Cage operates in New York alongside Iron Fist and his whole clique of.
I'd be curious what they do with Iron Fist when they got that show coming out.
Well, what I'm so excited for is because Iron Fist is such a serious dude.
Yeah.
And Luke Cage is hella laid back. So after they finish their series, they're immediately going into
the Defenders.
Luke Cage and Iron Fist, and then the Defenders, and then Hero for Hire.
Which I'm like, if they do a Hero for Hire show, I'd be so down for that.
I'm hyped for that. Well, because for me, that's the part that's missing from Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Like Luke Cage seize the opportunity of his powers to better his own circumstances. Mm-hmm. There's a while where he will not help people unless you pay him.
Yeah,
and I like that shit. You know what I mean? I do. It's truly an American thing.
Well, it's like that. I think my favorite Luke Cage comic is still the Doctor Doom one, because how ridiculous that one is. Mostly because, again, that's what I'm talking about. One. No,
I don't. I've read all of Luke Cage story.
No, this is super, super old school. So you've probably read. This is the one where Doctor Doom hires Luke Cage to gets somebody for him, then he stiffs him his money. So
So he goes after. Okay.
So Luke Cage steals the Fantastic Car to fly over there, and then Doctor Doom says the most absurdly out of context racist lines in comic history.
I remember.
It's I never expected this power from a black man.
Yeah. See, 2 years ago when they actually announced the series before it was done, I went back and I read all the Luke Cage stuff from the 70s up until 2099.
This is back in the 70s, and
I remember.
And I love that because it has the point where even Doctor Doom realizes why he's there and realizes how fucking stupid it is that he's there for that reason. He goes, "What? You came here for $200?
Yep.
Fine, here's the money. Go."
Yep. Luke Cage is on principle, bitch.
Nobody's just Luke Cage. But anyway, back to the episode, and there's a little bit of that cheese in this episode too, because when Diamondback shows up in the very last shot of the episode, and he's wearing this discount Iron Man suit, and it looks ridiculous.
It's bad.
It's
bad. But what I did notice was that they did give him back the Diamondback turtleneck.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
That was in the comic books.
That's what I'm guessing why it looks that bad. They were trying to modernize it to make it look okay, this looks dorky, but maybe we can pull it off. But it's
they're trying to make it look snake-like.
Yeah, so this still looks really silly, guys.
It does.
So you tried, you gave it a best shot, but it's not working.
It can't be any worse than how they dressed in the comic book in the 70s. So
true, but that's comics. You can get away with that in comics.
I suppose.
For God's sake, there's a vampire character that's literally just a V-string thon. And I still see that at every con I go to.
That's funny.
By some people who wear it, others that should not.
Talking about Vampirella?
Vampirella is that one, yeah.
Yeah.
God damn. But no, so it's a decent episode overall. It's I guess largely set where it's going.
But it just doesn't seem like it should be penultimate. I agree with you.
It doesn't feel like there's it doesn't feel like there's stakes being raised. It doesn't feel like there's really much else going on that wasn't already going on.
That wasn't right.
Yeah.
That we didn't know about.
Yeah,
and
nothing feels raised. Nothing feel like there's no sense of urgency outside Diamondback showing up at the very end.
I completely agree. You know it's going somewhere good, but it just hasn't got there yet.
And again, going back to Daredevil season 1, for example, and then Jessica Jones season 1, where Daredevil season 1 had they were finally cornering the Kingpin. Everything was collapsing around him. They finally got the bastard. That's what the penultimate episode does for that. For Jessica Jones, that's when Purple Man's going out. He's killing a whole bunch of people. Jessica Jones is out of options to stop him. There's a great sense of stake and pressure at that point. This one, Luke Cage is still on the run. He's still getting arguments with people.
But he's still badass, and people believe in him, and they're he's not out of options in any way, shape, or form.
No.
It doesn't feel like there's any dire circumstances other than Diamondback. And we just figured out that Diamondback has a way to combat him. Yeah,
which you only find out in the very last scene of the episode. One thing I did like about this episode, I do want to talk about real quick, is there is a cameo by the Wu-Tang Clan in this.
Yeah, absolutely. I enjoy that too.
But I did like one line he said in particular when he's on the radio show later. By the way, one thing about the penultimate episode, I feel like the show should have been done establishing him on the radio as a hero at this point.
Right.
I don't think it still needs to do that, but I did like the one line that, what was his name?
You talking about Method Man?
Method Man, yeah.
Yeah.
Method Man has where he just says it's nice to see somebody like us who's bulletproof and unafraid. I thought that was a great line.
And I think it's very fitting that while the entire city has this idea of him, hip hop, the hip hop culture are the first to get on board and see him for who he really is. Mm-hmm. And kind of put that out there, which goes totally in line with the culture of New York and how hip hop first got started. Hip hop is definitely, from a cultural standpoint, it is up until the point where you have hip hop in 1979. There is white America and there's black America, and never the two shall meet. Mm-hmm. And for white people, life is a certain way, and for black people, the life is a certain way. Mm-hmm. And without hip hop, there was no way to communicate that in a commercial way to other people.
Okay.
Right? And so this is why it plays an important mechanism in this, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah. I feel like it does it too much. That's kind of...
You think it's too much?
I think they focus too much time on doing that instead of pushing the stakes.
Well, no, I agree with you completely. I think that...
What a god!
Samurais playing League of Legends.
But no, I think what's her name? I can't remember her name right now. The
Which
villain.
one? Oh, Martha?
No, it's
Mariah.
Mariah.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, Mariah should have come into her own as the main villain at this point.
Mm-hmm.
They should not wait until the last episode to do that, because we need the reason why this episode is kind of a letdown is because we need clearly defined roles by the end of the series.
Yeah.
We need, who is he going at? Why is he doing this? Why is this happening?
Well, it's the same issue like I had with like Big Hero 6, that's the first one that comes to mind for this, is the fact when you wait too long to establish who the villain is, all that time you could have been spending establishing them as a villain and developing them as a villain, you wasted on, are they the villain? Maybe they're not. Oh no, it's a surprise. Here, you didn't see that coming, did you? Yes, I did, and you wasted an hour of my time. So
right? And also, you know, there's something to be said for giving more impetus to become a hero.
Mm-hmm.
Had in Big Hero 6, had he found out that the professor was the villain earlier, it might have intensified. Hey, it's old.
Yeah, it's an old. Yeah,
you know, but it may have intensified the belief system and the route into which they become the hero and get the team together.
Yeah, like to me, like that, like my Big Hero 6, like you could have had like a good Mr. Freeze style villain here, but you waited to do the reveal too late, and you wasted all the time you could have make him a great villain. That was my problem with that.
Just put his dead brother in a capsule and be like, I'm the only one who could save him.
Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of what happens in Big Hero 6.
Right.
It means like the professor is like the daughter that went off into the void or whatever. But anyway, the similar concept here, although I'll say Mariah is a lot more developed than the villain in Big Hero 6.
Right, but she needs to take over, and she's not taking over.
Yeah, like I feel like she should have done that pretty much like shortly after Cottonmouth died.
Right.
I feel like they should have got that out of the way. Instead, we have just a lot of sexual tension between her and Shade.
Well, yeah, and that's what Daredevil did brilliantly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Kingpin, for the half of the series, nobody knows who the fuck he is.
Oh, the way the Kingpin's done
and he has so much power and he has so much purpose, and he's about to drop just a ton of shit on Daredevil, and Daredevil have no fucking clue. No, that's cool.
The way Wilson Fisk done it, and again, this is why I'm so hard on Diamondback necessarily, because you compare like Kingpin and Daredevil season 1. It's like the way they did him in that show was absolutely brilliant.
It was.
It was absolutely brilliant.
But he's clearly the villain.
He is clearly the villain,
right? And Elektra again is the Diamondback.
I liked Elektra more than Diamondback.
But I'm saying the way Marvel does it, they're that wrench that they throw in the plan and twist things around.
Yeah, this is true.
And fuck with your perception.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Diamondback is Elektra in that way.
Okay, that's a good point.
You know, he's not meant to be a villain. He's not meant to be like a villain, so you can't get hung up on him like that.
Yeah, but again, you can argue Cottonmouth's not really meant to be either. But I felt like he was a lot more interesting and. You want to learn more about him than I felt like that.
Yeah, Cottonmouth was already fully developed by like the 4th episode.
Which is probably why they killed him off pretty quickly.
Right. Well, he's the setup.
Yeah.
He's the setup.
And of course you have that now Oscar award-winning actor, which, yay. It makes me really happy.
Congratulations. And dude, to be perfectly honest with you, just like, I love the way it happened.
Oh, that's what the fuck up?
I fucking love the way it happened. Because if I had $1 for every time that was done in the opposite fashion to a black person, I'd be a fucking millionaire, bro.
I believe it.
So the way it happened, it's perfect.
No, I love the fact that
it's perfect.
That a movie starring like an all-black cast won Best Picture, and it wasn't about slavery. That's why I like that.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Because that's what I was like. Wait a minute! Every black movie that has won an Academy Award, it's all about enslavement.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
like Oscar bait.
Dude, you know what's so funny about that is that
and I like also
you're not gonna like that I say this, but it's a funny Eddie Murphy joke. So
okay.
Have you ever seen Bowfinger?
I have not.
Bowfinger's an amazing movie. I recommend it. Go watch it. It's about the film industry. But Eddie Murphy he's talking to his agent, and his agent is trying to get him interested in the script, and he's like, "No, I do this shit all the time. It's a bunch of bullshit." He's like, you know what? You know why I haven't got an Oscar yet? Because I haven't played one of those slave roles. Get my ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? He's like, what's it called? What the fuck did he say? He said black man play a slave, get his ass whooped, get the nomination. White man plays a retard, gets the Oscar. So you give me a script for a retarded slave, and I'll get the Oscar.
Okay, in that context, I will allow that.
Right? He's like Bucky the Wonder Slave or something like that. And it was amazing.
I will admit the one part I like Tropic Thunder, which goes, "You never go full retard, man."
Right.
But anyway, I apologize. And the guys, we have like the peanut gallery over here. That's unbeknownst to him is helping with the commentary right now.
Side note.
That tangent aside, let's get to the last episode.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this one, I mean, don't expect to be surprised by anything.
No.
The payoff in the final episode is good enough to keep watching, but this one's a little bit underwhelming if you've been really excited.
Yeah.
Up to this point.
That's fair.
So there you go.
So, see you guys in like a couple minutes.